I'm Janae Hill, and welcome to Uplift TV. Uplift TV features an equal balance of Christian movies and ministries as Christ taught, with parables and sermons. Over the next half hour, we are going to share some encouraging stories from the painter of light, Thomas Kinkade, and we'll give you a unique opportunity to partner with us to bring more family-friendly Christian programs that aren't available on most channels. I'm joined today by Dr. Patrick Kincaid, the brother of the late Thomas Kinkade. And today we are going to talk about how you can begin your own Thomas Kinkade collection through a donation to Uplift TV. Pat, we are so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining us.
Janae, I'm excited to be here. I truly am. I love the fact that Uplift TV is bringing to light family-friendly fare beyond preaching and teaching the traditional Christian networks do. It's just a wonderful expression of God's love, and I am happy to be here.
Well, your brother also did many wonderful expressions of God's love, and he was known to be the painter of light. Tell us a little bit more about that.
That is absolutely true. That name came from a couple reasons, a couple sources really. Tom painted in what was called a luminous style. And luminism was a tradition in art that existed in the late 1800s. Some of the great American landscapists were luminous. Albert Bierstadt, Fred Moran, so on and so forth. A lot of the pieces that really defined the American West for the Eastern gentry at the turn of the last century were all luminous pieces. Well, that style of art had a miraculous impact on its viewer. When you lower room lights on a luminous piece, the lights inside the canvas seem to come on. They spring to life. I sat in studio with Tom time and time and time again and asked him how he created that effect. And he would try to explain it to me, but he understood the physics of light better than physicists do. And he, through color juxtaposition and overlay of oil, created the effect. There's no gimmick involved. It's just him knowing how to do it. The school had died out because it takes such a long time to paint in a luminous style. So long, in fact, that as a luminous painter only relying on originals, you couldn't support yourself because you paint one of these once a month, once every 6 weeks or so. It's simply not enough output. But when Tom started publishing work, he realized that he could paint in a luminous style, and people went crazy for it. They absolutely love the effect. You hang this on the wall, you lower the room lights, and anybody who's watching is going to see that glow inside and go, ooh, ah, when they see it. But probably more important than that, Tom felt as an artist he had to communicate a message. And for Tom, he often said when his art was saved, it became miraculous in terms of the light. God's light pouring through the canvas, God's light expressing love and spirituality through my brother's hand on the canvas was absolutely something that he wanted to pursue. From very early on, he believed that he was part of a greater design, that there was a reason for his art. And I think the idea of the painter of light was this ultimate manifestation of that ultimate purpose, that Tom was to bring to light God's love through art. So it was very, very important to him not only to cause people to enjoy the art in a luminous style, but most importantly, to experience it spiritually.
And I definitely think there are many ways that our viewers could experience this piece spiritually, which they can do via after they give a contribution to Uplift TV. But this particular painting is called Prayer for Peace.
It absolutely is. Again, Tom viewed it very, very important that he communicate a variety of different things through his work. It was romance and family and patriotism, but mostly it was faith. Tom honestly believed that his work was a vehicle to transform households. You know, when you take a piece like this and you hang it on the wall, it speaks to you every day. It's a point of contemplation. So when you see a painting like this, Prayer for Peace, you're going to have that spiritual continuity in your life that you need. You have that affirmation that you need to really experience God's love. It's also a point of testimony. People who come to visit your house will also experience this piece in a very, very intimate way. So to me, it's absolutely wonderful in terms of what it does, a message of hope and faith. Now, Tom actually painted this piece in Israel. Several years back, before he passed, he traveled to Israel, traveled to the Holy Land, and he painted a series of works called plein air. Plein air basically is a French term that means open air. As opposed to painting in a studio, which Tom called his love, and his studio works would take hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours to create. He called this his passion. He would paint it in a flurry of inspiration right there on site. Tom painted several of these pieces in the Holy Land of the major historic monuments and sites, but this piece particular meant a lot to him, the prophet returning to the old city. It's simply a wonderful piece depicting that ideal that we all have, that through God's love, we're going to find peace in our generation. I love the work. It's everything that you could want in terms of a studio work, in terms of luminism. It still has that magic in terms of the light. But the messaging here is profound. When Tom returned from the Holy Lands, in fact, he presented this piece to my mother. This piece, in terms of its original form, hung in my mother's house to the day that she passed, and it just meant the world to her. So it's one of these works that is not only important, I think, in terms of Tom's history as an artist, but personally in terms of a son.
And there's an opportunity for you to have the prayer for peace when you contribute to Uplift TV. And let's talk a little bit more about this prayer for peace painting. Here there is a beautiful city, and he's overlooking the city.
Absolutely. That's the old city, Jerusalem. And I love this piece. My brother was known for painting cottages and cityscapes, landscapes of sorts, but this is more a figurative piece. And I love the expression on Christ's face looking down on that city. He's holding a stick as if it's a shepherd's crook. Maybe what he's saying here, what Tom is saying here, is that Christ is returning to shepherd his flock into a new understanding of God's faith and God's light. It's simply a wonderful depiction of the humanity of the prophet, I think. It's beautiful on so many different levels. You still got that depth of field we talked about in terms of luminous effect. You lower the lights, you get the glow, but you also get that three-dimensionality. It almost feels as if you can put your hand into this piece. But to me, again, that central figure is so profound in terms of the spiritual impact it provides the viewer that there is no better piece to start your collection or to continue your collection of Thomas Kincaid's work.
Well, I mean, he is known to be the painter of light, and here I love that you see the light just behind Jesus. And
Absolutely.
You have the opportunity to bring that light to your home. And the way you can do that, and you can actually receive this painting, the prayer for peace, in appreciation for your support to Uplift TV. And when we come back, Pat and I are going to share some more stories about Thomas Kincaid's work, and we're also going to look at another painting. So stay with us.
For your support of Uplift TV Foundation, we want to offer you a choice of one of the 2 Thomas Kincaid authorized reproduction paintings featured as a gift to you for your donation. Your generous support will allow Uplift TV to create and acquire more inspirational movies and programs that will change hearts and impact lives. Prayer for Peace is a painting of Christ praying for peace over the holy city, and a reminder that through prayer, we can find peace too. Gazebo of Prayer is a painting of a beautiful gazebo that Thomas believed was the perfect place for those seeking a time of prayer and a moment of solitude with God. Each painting comes in 4 different formats and donation amounts. The studio print is 8 by 10 inches, printed on heavyweight archival paper that will easily accommodate a store-bought frame. You will receive this quality studio print for your donation of $25. The gallery wrap print is crafted with premium canvas and hand-wrapped around a hardwood stretcher bar. It is available for your donation of $125. The textured print features a hand-applied coating designed to bring out appearance of brush strokes. A very attractive frame comes with this painting. You will receive this authorized reproduction for your donation of $200. The limited edition reproduction comes with a certificate of authenticity. This beautiful version features vibrant colors, rich textures, and is highlighted by hand using fine acrylic paints by skilled artisans. This elegant framed limited edition reproduction is your gift for a donation of $1,000. For your convenience, you can donate online at upliftpaintings.com. This secure website is the easiest way to view the 2 painting choices and review the 4 painting formats. You can also call our toll-free number and make your donation by calling 844-7-UPLIFT. That's 844-787-5438. Donate today at upliftpaintings.com or call 844-7-UPLIFT.
Welcome back. Uplift TV is all about creating programming that your whole family can watch. So, to help create the kind of movies, documentaries, and TV series that you and your family want to watch, the Uplift TV Foundation was started. And we're honored to have the Thomas Kinkade Company join with us to offer viewers a way to help support Uplift TV in creating Christian programming that will impact people's lives. I'm joined once again with Pat Kincaid.
Janae, I am happy to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here, and we've got another beautiful painting.
Isn't this wonderful? An absolutely wonderful piece.
Tell us about this piece.
You know, people ask where Tom used to get his ideas. And sometimes he would actually go to a particular place and he would paint exactly what he saw and use that as a study to take back into the studio to create his romantic realism, his vision in art. But sometimes he would do what's called a conglomerative piece. And he would always travel. And one of his early mentors in art, a gentleman named Charlie Bell, a wonderful old gentleman, taught Tom to always keep a sketchbook with him, because when you're an artist and you see something that you enjoy, you see something that could translate into a full-blown canvas, you need to take notes on it. So Tom would travel around the country with his little notebook, and whenever he saw anything that he enjoyed, he would jot down a quick sketch. He would put notes in terms of light sources and shadowing and color and composition, those sorts of things. And he would take that back to his studio. And in his studio, he had a huge, huge bulletin board, probably 10 by 10 feet. And it was absolutely jam-packed with these little notes. And sometimes what he would do, as opposed to painting something in its entirety, is take several of those little notes and put them all onto a single canvas. It's a conglomerative piece, a conglomeration of a variety of different sources. This particular piece is a conglomerative piece. This gazebo, for example, is very, very famous. It was in Hawaii at a hotel, a very famous hotel there that Tom would go to once a year to enjoy a vacation. And so he took that gazebo and brought it back and put it in a wonderful garden he saw in San Francisco. So in terms of its execution, it's actually several places all at once. Ultimately, it becomes Tom's garden because it's all in his mind. And this piece, like all of Tom's work, again, is a luminous piece. Again, when you lower the lights in the room, when you dim ambient light, the light inside the piece absolutely explodes off the canvas. So it has that wonderful luminous effect, that depth of field that we talk about. And the other thing that I love to point out are hidden nuances in this work. We talked about Tom when he created his work, he wanted people to engage in it again and again and again. Well, I'll show you one little hidden part that most people don't recognize. There's a person up at the top of the stairs.
I noticed that.
That's Christ waiting for you as you ascend to heaven. So there's lots and lots of wonderful little nuances here to enjoy.
What message was Thomas communicating through this painting?
Well, again, Tom painted in metaphor. He loved to give his image meaning by creating these wonderful, wonderful expressions of his thoughts through metaphor. The major one in this particular piece is the gazebo. Now, what is a gazebo? A gazebo is a place of refuge. All of us live in a chaotic world, and there are things pushing at us, pulling at us, draining our time away. It's just sometimes overwhelming. We all need those places where we can go for refuge. That's what a gazebo is. A gazebo gives you a little bit of protection from a cold winter's wind, or a little bit of shade from a hot summer sun. It's a place where you go to relax. What Tom was doing here is creating for the person who brought this piece into their home that place of refuge where you can go and just for a moment, even if it's for a moment, relax, exhale, cast aside all of that chaos. And of course, with Tom, there's always those spiritual meetings, those very, very important spiritual meetings. A rich, rich garden, wonderful colors, all of those florals that Tom's known for. Now, Tom was a gardener, and he loved to plant plants himself and enjoy the gardens. But really, the garden to Tom was humanity. And Christ, at the top of the stairs, was the gardener, causing us all, through his tending of the garden, to reach our best in this world so we could pass to the next and enjoy him for eternity.
Well, certainly I believe that Thomas Kincaid's legacy lives on through all of his paintings, but this particular painting, the Gazebo of Prayer, like some of the others that you've seen on Uplift TV, you can actually get a limited edition of this painting, correct? As well as some other formats?
Absolutely. I'm very, very excited about this because Tom, as an artist, wanted to communicate as far and wide as possible. And here at Uplift TV, what we've done is create it such that anybody can have a Thomas Kinkade in their home. This is a limited edition. This is a very rarefied piece. Limited edition suggests that we can only create a certain number. On the back of this piece is one of its features. There is a certificate of authenticity, and that certificate specifies exactly the number that we can create. Now, it'll be in the hundreds, but the fact of the matter is there are millions and millions and millions and tens of millions, truthfully, around the world of Kincaid collectors. So it is a very rarefied piece. It's going to go away. You won't have opportunity. If this is something that speaks to your heart, if something you would like to include into your home, it's something you should act upon now, because if you don't, limited edition goes away. Some other wonderful features of limited edition is, of course, that we put oil on the canvas. This is an original. No two limited edition Thomas Kinkade canvas look exactly alike. Each one is nuanced in terms of its presentation. And another wonderful feature, if you look right here, there's a signature. That's Tom's signature, so again, you get a little bit of Tom to bring home with you. It's framed absolutely beautifully. Gorgeous. And it comes with a frame, so you're ready to hang it as soon as you get the box home. But if limited edition is not something that you're interested in, we have other formats, 3 other formats that you might be. This is called a textured print. I love this particular presentation. It's open edition. It's not limited, meaning we can recreate this again and again and again. But it's still absolutely beautiful. It captures all of the magic of the painting. And the canvas itself is textured. It almost looks as if it's fully original. You can see individual brushstrokes. So not only do you get that magic luminosity, that depth of field, but you also get texturing that creates an illusion of originality. Absolutely love it. And the frame comes with it. Beautiful contemporary frame. Absolutely wonderful in terms of overall presentation. This is called a canvas wrap. I love this presentation as well. It is something that doesn't have a frame on the outside, but what it does have is internal framing. If you turn it around, the piece exists such that you can hang it immediately. You don't need, in other words, to buy a frame for this particular piece. And beyond that, we have a gift print. It's a small gift print, but it captures all the beautiful nuance of a gazebo of prayer. It's a standard size piece, so you can take it and get it framed wherever your frame shop is. Just buy any frame from any general store. You'll be able to fit it into this, and it's a great piece to sit on a bookshelf, hang as a little accent piece. Truly wonderful.
Well, I think that any of these additions would be a wonderful addition to your home, and we want to give you one of these additions when you support Uplift TV. And I have to say, I have had a Thomas Kinkade in my home, and you mentioned earlier that it's like bringing light and a happy place into your home, and that is truly what I experienced, and we want you to experience that same thing too. So if you would like more information on Gazebo of Prayer and how you can get Gazebo of Prayer for the start, perhaps, of your Thomas Kinkade collection, we're going to give you more information about that and how you can support Uplift TV. And before we do that, Pat, let me just ask you a quick question.
Sure.
Any symbolism with the stairs?
The stairs are something that are a matter of ascension. What it suggests is that we are all on these paths, and paths go up towards the light. Paths go up towards our Heavenly Father. It is a suggestion that through that refuge, eventually we're all going to ascend to heaven.
And if you want to help us continue to ascend through Uplift TV, then support us today. We'll be right back.
For your support of Uplift TV Foundation, we want to offer you a choice of one of the 2 Thomas Kinkade authorized reproduction paintings featured as a gift to you for your donation. Your generous support will allow Uplift TV to create and acquire more inspirational movies and programs that will change hearts and impact lives. Prayer for Peace is a painting of Christ praying for peace over the Holy City, and a reminder that through prayer we can find peace too. Gazebo of Prayer is a painting of a beautiful gazebo that Thomas believed was the perfect place for those seeking a time of prayer and a moment of solitude with God. Each painting comes in 4 different formats and donation amounts. The studio print is 8 by 10 inches, printed on heavyweight archival paper that will easily accommodate a store-bought frame. You will receive this quality studio print for your donation of $25. The gallery wrap print is crafted with premium canvas and hand-wrapped around a hardwood stretcher bar. It is available for your donation of $125. The textured print features a hand-applied coating designed to bring out appearance of brush strokes. A very attractive frame comes with this painting. You will receive this authorized reproduction for your donation of $200. The limited edition reproduction comes with a certificate of authenticity. This beautiful version features vibrant colors, rich textures, and is highlighted by hand using fine acrylic paints by skilled artisans. This elegant framed limited edition reproduction is your gift for a donation of $1,000. For your convenience, you can donate online at upliftpaintings.com. This secure website is the easiest way to view the 2 painting choices and review the 4 painting formats. You can also call our toll-free number and make your donation by calling 844-7-UPLIFT. That's 844-787-5438. Donate today at upliftpaintings.com or call 844-7-UPLIFT.
Welcome back. Uplift TV is a network that is designed the way Jesus taught, with parables and stories. Pat, Thomas loved his family. Is it true that he would actually paint in symbols of his love for his family?
Absolutely. A couple reasons, actually. People don't recognize this, but being a painter is relatively a lonely profession. You spend a lot of time in studio by yourself, hour after hour in your own mind. Well, Tom, to amuse himself, would hide lots of things in his paintings. Little nuances that nobody would know were there except for Tom himself. I remember one piece, Paris City of Lights, where he actually painted a periscope coming down the Seine River. I mean, that's sort of crazy fun things. But he also painted tributes in his paintings to his family. He absolutely adored his daughters and his wife, of course, and he loved his mom and sister, and even me. I appear in several paintings fully blown, painted in as one of the characters walking down the streets and what have you. But what people remember most about Tom hiding things in paintings was the letter N. Tom's wife's name is Nanette, and to pay tribute to Nanette, he would hide N's in each and every one of his canvases. He wanted people to recognize that it wasn't just him building this wonderful company. It wasn't just him creating this art. He wanted people to recognize that Nanette was there step for step, pulling an equal yoke towards that end. And so he hid N's in all of his paintings, and it's a fun thing, but if you go down to his oil signature, right by the oil signature, there's always a number. And that number tells you exactly how many N's he hit in the piece. So this particular piece, there's a little number 4 down there. So there are 4 hidden N's here that you'd have to discover in order to really realize Tom's vision in terms of that aspect of his painting. Each painting has its own number. The largest number that I've ever seen is 166 hidden N's. And there's always 2 or 3. It's funny because people always say, Pat, do you know where the N's are? No, I don't know where the N's are. As a matter of fact, I can honestly say that Tom didn't know where the N's are. When he started a piece, he'd tape a piece of cardboard onto it, and every time he hit an N, he would slash the cardboard. It would take months and months to finish the work, so by the end of the piece, he would have slashes which suggest how many N's were hidden in there, but he couldn't tell you where they are anymore. So it's just one of those things that's part of the magic of my brother's work. It causes people to engage and re-engage into the work. I have people with magnifying glasses going over the canvas trying to find each of those hidden N's. And for Tom, it was fun, but ultimately it was an expression of his love to his lovely wife, Nanette.
Well, I have found an N.
You found an N?
No, not really, but it made you think.
Wow, I've never found an N. No.
And I think that you're going to want to find an N, and more than an N, you're going to find so much when you contribute to Uplift TV and you bring the light of Thomas Kincaid, who was the painter of light, into your home. And as we've talked about today, you're not only bringing light, but you're also bringing in that good happiness and peace that you get with these paintings.
Absolutely.
And you also get happiness and peace when you continue to support Uplift TV. Because at Uplift TV, we want to continue to provide great programming, but we need your support to make that happen. And with your donation, you're going to help Uplift TV and the Uplift Foundation in providing more Christian movies and inspirational programs that will change lives. For more on these paintings and how you can donate, please visit our website, www.uplifttv.com, or call the number on your screen.
For your support of Uplift TV Foundation, we want to offer you a choice of one of the 2 Thomas Kincaid authorized reproduction paintings featured as a gift to you for your donation. Your generous support will allow Uplift TV to create and acquire more inspirational movies and programs that will change hearts and impact lives. Prayer for Peace is a painting of Christ praying for peace over the Holy City, and a reminder that through prayer, we can find peace too. Gazebo of Prayer is a painting of a beautiful gazebo that Thomas believed was the perfect place for those seeking a time of prayer and a moment of solitude with God. Each painting comes in 4 different formats and donation amounts. The studio print is 8 by 10 inches, printed on heavyweight archival paper that will easily accommodate a store-bought frame. You will receive this quality studio print for your donation of $25. The gallery wrap print is crafted with premium canvas and hand-wrapped around a hardwood stretcher bar. It is available for your donation of $125. The textured print features a hand-applied coating designed to bring out appearance of brush strokes. A very attractive frame comes with this painting. You will receive this authorized reproduction for your donation of $200. The limited edition reproduction comes with a certificate of authenticity. This beautiful version features vibrant colors, rich textures, and is highlighted by hand using fine acrylic paints by skilled artisans. This elegant framed limited edition reproduction is your gift for a donation of $1,000. For your convenience, you can donate online at upliftpaintings.com. This secure website is the easiest way to view the 2 painting choices and review the 4 painting formats. You can also call our toll-free number and make your donation by calling 844-7-UPLIFT. That's 844-787-5438. Donate today at upliftpaintings.com or call 844-7-UPLIFT.
Pat, thank you so much for being here today and sharing some stories and the work of your brother.
Well, thank you for being here with me. I want to thank everybody for sharing the light.
Until next time, God bless.